What's up? Hopefully YouTube sends this out a little further. Scott, what's good, guys? Um, I bought Solo like 4 months ago. I would pass. I feel like there's better EVs out there. What's up, guys? SBE. Um, I've taken a look at the options a couple times. I just don't like that the volume is so low on the options. I mean, holding the stocks are good, of course. It just might, it might take a couple of years to go, might take a couple of years to really jump. Jumia, I haven't really got into it just because it jumped up to 30, down to 10, jumped up. I don't really like stocks like that. Haha, it made you 10K. That's funny. Entry point for Hyliion? I mean, that's 20, like the $20 range. I mean, I think Hyliion was falling where elections were horrible, COVID was just ridiculous. I mean, you know, Hyliion held up good. You can see it's not a penny stock. It didn't drop to $2, $5, just $20 hovering for a couple weeks. So Hyliion's not going nowhere. As soon as they get like two earnings, their stock could jump a lot. Tesla, I'd say Tesla's just feel like it's just ran for too long. I feel like it's time to jump in something early. I mean, you got a better chance of getting in on an early EV going to $50 than Tesla going to $2,000 again. So I would pass on Tesla and just get in. Li Auto, man, I've been looking into them. I mean, you got to think there's like 50 EV companies out there that are names are getting out, but you just don't know which are going to be like the top five, taking over. Yeah, I'm gonna be updating the Patreon. Uh, Probably late tonight, tomorrow morning. I'm gonna sit back and look through everything. I do notes because those updates are like massive. Those updates they take me like an hour to do because it's like paragraphs. Let me see. Yeah, I'm good. I'm pretty good. Just I've been off the YouTube because I've been waiting on Google. I did a Google claim 6 weeks ago. They said give us some time. The claims take up to 2 weeks. I haven't heard anything. I haven't got a message back. The other kids that got hacked, they haven't got a message back. Nothing. So and then YouTube is not going to blast my videos because I'm making them $0. There's no ads on my videos. Why are they going to show my videos to anybody? They just keep dropping me down further and further every time I post a video. That's just how it goes. It's all about money. YouTube's about money. Google's about money. And, they just don't care about little YouTubers. Overall market for the next weeks, bullish or bearish? I'm going to say bullish. I feel like the bearish has just been mad fear. Talking about COVID for 5 months, talking about elections for 2 months. It's getting old. I mean, it's time to move on. We know, where the next 4 years is headed. Trump or Biden doesn't matter. You gotta accept it. You gotta accept who your president's gonna be, and if you want to be an investor, it's time to make money. You gotta pick your stocks around, what president's going which route. That's just how it goes. Planet 13. I'm not big into weed stocks yet. I know they had a crazy jump last week. I just haven't done a lot of research on weed companies. They don't make a lot of they don't make crazy profits like all these other big companies. That's why their stocks are all like $5, $10, 15 bucks. Planet 13 is probably like $3. It's just the revenue is just so low for weed companies because they don't have that many shops and stuff. Let's see. Put a lot into Neo. For Neo, I just think Neo, you know, at worst, I mean, like I saw some stuff about some bigger companies, putting some put options on Neo. I mean, that's what the big guys do. Even if they try to bring it down, I don't see Neo going. I'd say 34 maybe, and then it's just gonna get cleaned up. People that have been waiting to get in early, it's just gonna get cleaned up at 34 bucks and just shoot back up. I think Neo's going probably like it's like in the next 2 weeks, it's either going or 2, 3 weeks, it's probably going to 35 to 50. That's where I see Neo going. I did call options. I still have multiple months out. Earnings is coming up. Even if the earnings is a 10% drop, I'm not worried about it. People are gonna be thinking long term. I mean, we know Biden likes, green, so that does help. And I know a big thing about people buying Neo was like, oh, Luckin Coffee, oh, China companies getting banned from the stock market. Luckin Coffee was lying about their numbers, and you got to think there's other companies that are back and forth. Alibaba is a massive company in China. They're not just going to cut these companies off unless they're doing wrongdoings. They're not going nowhere. It's business. They're going to stay in, and you don't know. Tesla's in China. Neo could be to America. You just don't know what's going to happen with time. And if Neo's going to get banned for some reason, most likely, I don't think Tesla would be in China, if there's that much problems going on. So I think the business is going to start thriving better with China and US. I don't think Neo's going anywhere. Green Power, I'm telling you, I bought a lot of these companies, in these cheap prices, and I've had a lot of companies where I've sold out because they're not moving, for a couple of months, and then as soon as you sell, some crazy, revenue report comes out or deal comes out, and then the stock doubles, from like 10 to 20. It's just for Green Power, I got it like 11 bucks. You just gotta hold and wait for companies to start picking up and making news. Sometimes it sucks holding $10 stocks that just sit there, but like I was telling people to buy Palantir options when it was around 9, and like they're already bumped up to 14. They got a buy rating at like 14. They got an earnings report coming out. That's just how it works. When you get on these stocks at 10 bucks, you just don't know what's gonna happen. So, it's okay to buy stocks in that $10 range and just hold and just you gotta wait. It sucks. I sold I sold Dropbox because I just couldn't take it no more. I mean, that stock, I thought I got in at 20, thinking it was going to do some move. That thing's sometimes you got to bail. That thing's been like that for 2 years. So you got to put your money elsewhere. Nano Dimensions, haven't really looked in that one, but Rocket. I wanted to wait till after elections is over to buy Rocket, and I see it jump like $3, and I know they have an earnings report coming out. For their earnings report, housing inventory, it's been flying off the markets, but it's been low inventory. So I don't know if it's going to be. I really don't know which way the earnings report's going to go. So it could go up 10%. That's nice for options, but you just don't know if it's going to go backwards. So I'm just still waiting. I don't really like to buy on the options near earnings. I'd rather just wait and just let it stable out and buy it when it's just hovering at the same price. You need to follow up with Google, and you can't get a hold of Google. It's impossible. It's impossible. That company's ridiculous. Let's see. That's some TikTok. Think Neo's gonna have a dip? I mean, it just was at 43 to 41. I mean, I don't know. At worst comes the worst. Like if some big boys are selling off, maybe 35, then it's just gonna gap up to 40. So I don't think it's going nowhere. There's gonna before you know it, you're gonna be saying, "Oh man, 40s are disappearing." You just don't know. Like as soon as their November sales report come out, if it's crazy, if it's another 400, 500 vehicle jump, the stock's gonna be worth another 5, $10. So each month, I'm telling you, these stocks are moving quick now that we're at the out of this fear market. Clean Spark, I haven't really looked into Clean Spark that much, just because it did the same thing Jumia did. It did the super jump, FOMO, drop down. I don't really like that. That's when I stopped watching stocks, and that's kind of what happened with me with Workhorse. And I bought at 15. Went to 30, 15, 20. I don't really like that stuff. I just want these day traders and people to just exit, man, because I'm just buying normal stocks now, so I'm not worried about options. It's just like just hate when stocks do that kind of stuff, even the ones that aren't in the penny range. So IPOB, yeah, I think I wish, yeah, IPOB, definitely May. I would go with the May call. Uh, I got in early, a little early when it was doing that little drop. I bought it like 22, 23. It just got nasty with elections. Bought a little early, but that's the good thing when you got these options with these, you know, extended time frames. You just wait 2, 3 weeks and your stock just makes its way back, and then you start going into the bullish territory. So that's the thing about options, just play them longer. Uh, you think it's reasonable to invest now, or is it better to wait 1 to 2 weeks for a potential lockdown and market crash? It just depends on the company. If the company, is not worried about a crash, if the company doesn't involve a crash, like companies like Square, Neo, DraftKings, it doesn't really matter. You need to be buying, because if these start running away, you're gonna miss out. It was last 2 weeks was a great time to be buying. Blink, I don't know. Probably go with like SBE if you're trying to go long term. I wouldn't really play options on Blink. Yep, marijuana. I haven't really kept up with marijuana. I know weed companies are just they're just in like these low revenue like areas, and it's just not a lot of revenue. Like I was looking at Blazarian's weed company, it's worth like 50 cents. They do like 10 million in revenue. It's like a joke. Like they're just not selling a lot of weed, because you need to have like, obviously everything needs to be legalized, and like more regulations, and these companies can start growing. It's just early stage. You just don't know what's going to happen. Think if it goes to 35, going to try Neo options. If you look at the Neo options, people are buying 2023 options. I was looking at the 23 options. Those things are loaded up. People think big boys are buying those 2023 options because those are like $1,500, $2,000, and those options. If you're buying those options now, I mean, if that thing goes a couple $100, 3 years from now, I mean, you're rich. That's just how it works. So, I don't really feel comfortable buying any options in the thousands. I'd rather just buy a couple companies here and there, couple $100, a couple thousand, so I can play more companies. So, how long are you gonna hold your Neo January 21 calls? Uh, I definitely want to hold until these numbers come out for November sales, because I'm really excited, because I feel like Neo is now on the map. I think it could be one of their biggest jumps and deliveries. And if this thing jumps up like something crazy, imagine when they start jumping up like 500 vehicles per month. Do you guys understand? Somebody just pull out your calculator, do 500 vehicles. Their average price is around 50,000. Just think about how much revenue that is. 500 vehicles times 50,000. I'm telling you, that's some serious revenue, and that's what's going to be happening. The quicker they keep growing. So yeah, guys. I mean, I Republican, Democrat, I mean, it's different, if you're looking at different things. You're looking at, the stock market, you know, Trump, definitely likes, a lot of like, oil, steel. Biden's more green, you know, feel like you just got to pick, whoever the leader is, just go that route, and Biden's green, and a lot of EV talks about $1 trillion deals with going green. You just know you got to know where to put your money for the future. That's just how it works. So don't get hung up if whoever you wanted to win didn't win. Just if you want to be an investor, just start thinking about money. Don't worry about what you can't control. Just go with the flow. Learn to invest your money where the world and the economy is headed. That's what you need to do. So don't stress. I was pretty much independent this year. Everyone knows I don't really talk about politics on Patreon or YouTube. I just go with the flow. You got to make adjustments. That's how it works. So don't get hung up if you're sad. Just go with the flow. Upwork a buy right now. Uh, Upwork. They're the next step. They're the next company behind Fiverr. I mean, you look at Fiverr, that thing's gone crazy. It's just gonna take some more time. They're gonna have to do some more marketing to get their company out there. Um, I think it's a buy. I bought it a little bit, about 15. I did a quick trade on it, so I should have held it longer. But yeah, Upwork's a buy. Hyliion, if you're buying normal stocks now and you have a mindset of holding, Hyliion's a good buy. It's EV, it's saving money, it's getting rid of gas. Company literally has even released a report and held up at 20 at the worst possible time in the world. The worst possible time. They didn't go to $5. They didn't go to 2. They didn't crash. This thing just sat there because some people still held it. And it got dumped. It was just a bad timing for a merger. I mean, I think they were in the worst week of a company merging possible. Which options am I looking at for the next month? Honestly, I have to sit down and just look. That's when I update my Patreon. It takes a lot of time. It takes me like 3-4 hours to really look at the companies and like look at what's been going on with each company. So I'm just gonna say for right now, if you got the money, play Neo longer and play IPOB as long as you can, which is May. So that's what I would do right now. Those are like some of the safer ones. Palantir, I told people to buy that $12 call, and it had months on it. I told people to buy the $12 call, and you never know, this thing could jump up to 20 in no time. So yeah, Palantir is good. Let's see. Are you getting a new guys? I've tried to message some big guys on YouTube about what I was asking these bigger YouTubers, I was like, do you guys protect yourselves? Do you guys have anything in place? Guys, I've been on Google searching, like if there's any type of things that are able to filter out if someone does drop spam on your videos, and I have not found anything. I honestly think that YouTubers just are still at risk. It just matters if someone's out there to really get you. Like, try to message me, Kevin, on his Instagram, because he's got like 800,000 subs. I thought he might message me, but yeah, he didn't get back to me. And I'm sure he might have something up his sleeve, because anyone can get anybody on YouTube the way that guy got me. So I just don't know. So I have really been thinking about making another YouTube, but I don't want to make another YouTube, put a bunch of effort in, get up to 3,000-4,000 subs, and then just get annihilated again. So that's why I'm just do a live here and there, post a video here and there, do a little status update. It's just YouTube scares me. Like, it takes a lot of effort to get going, and you guys got to understand, I made $900 off YouTube. They took $5,000 from me. I didn't get any money. Like, all those subs, like I'm telling you, it takes a while for the payouts to go. I was finally about to get a payout, and that guy, he whacked me, and it's just, I don't know what to do. I'm just waiting, and I'll post a video here and there. It's just, I don't know. I want to make another YouTube. I just don't want to waste my time and efforts. I can do it in other things, and not get my YouTube's annihilated again. So YouTube, it's been 20 years. You guys got to figure something out to protect smaller people, I guess. So we're not really worried about that. Um, just got to live with it. How much am I up on Neo? Oh yeah, I do want to talk about Neo with the exercising. So I did a nice little post on my Patreon about how to exercise, and a lot of people thought they could use. So like for exercising, for profits on Neo, I bought like 100 shares at I think $11. So I don't know. I'm up like $3,000 on that, like 280%. And then the options, I put 2 grand in options, or I think 22 or 2,400. I don't remember. Put 2 grand in options. The options are worth 15,000 or something like that, 14 or 15,000. So that's what I'm saying with the options. $20. If you get a $20 jump, I mean, you're talking 600% gains. But what I was really thinking about doing is I was thinking about selling 3 options for like I don't know, $6,000, and then I was gonna exercise, which the exercise means you lose all your profits on your options, and then you just have the right to go back and buy those stocks at those strike prices. So I was just gonna use the profits for half of the options to go back and purchase the stock around $22 is my strike price. So if Neo does like get up to 60, this is what I'm trying to say. Your options are worth, let's say, 700% in the short term. And then when you get those stocks back, they're only worth 300%. But you got to think, you kind of know where Neo's headed, and if the numbers are looking right, your plan, your goal when you're exercising is to just go long term. So imagine like for Tesla, if you could, let's say after the stock split or whatever, oh man, I wish I could get, you know, my exercise stock at like 100. You would do that because then you want it to run to 1,000. So that's the whole point of exercising is you're not thinking 3 months, you're thinking 5 years. If Neo goes to like $400, you never know. Like 3 years down the road. I'm not saying this year, next year. Your options, if you're getting them at 20, are worth 3,000%. And if you're buying 400 shares, I mean, you're talking, 100, 200, $300,000. If you have 500 shares and stocks at $400, that's just how exercising works. So you don't exercise to just sell for a loss in the short term. You exercise to just go long as hell down the road, and it costs some money, but that's the thing. You have the right to go back and purchase, at lower pricing. So, um, oh yeah, I'm excited for Monday. Can't wait. Finally, man, seeing some freaking green. I think this was the best week since April. Jesus, I've been waiting. You know how hard it is to keep people motivated when it's just bleeding for a month? People thought I was crazy. I'm like, guys, this should not be happening. This is just manipulation. So, I'm feeling good after the surgery. Food starting to go down better. Ark bought a bunch of Slack. I own Slack. God, I hate that stock. They are Slack is competing with the worst companies to be competing with. I mean, you going Microsoft neck and neck. God, Slack pisses me off. LCA, I think LCA has broken the record for longest merger. Like I think they broke the record longest merger with the lowest amount of news. I mean, guys, are we talking what, May, June? I mean, this thing's taking like 5, 6 months to merge. I don't know what's going on with LCA, but just the fact, I got overhyped when the thing jumped up to like 19, because you got to think a lot of these other SPACs are hovering around 10 and just moving nowhere. LCA had a lot of interest, but man, just months and months of no news, delayed mergers. That people are gonna run. People are not gonna touch it. It's just how it works. So LCA, it's just they think they broke the damn record for longest merger. Of being delayed. Let's see what we got here. Neo predictions 2021. Let's say, I did a little thing. I'd say by the end of the year, uh, I mean, the way they're looking with this production, I'd say like maybe 100 plus by the end of next year. Maybe 150. I could see it happen. I mean, we've seen a lot of stocks run. We seen Zoom 100 to 500. We seen Tesla 400 to 2000. I'm telling you guys, it's hype. It's numbers. It can happen quick. It doesn't have to take 5 years. A stock can go into the hundreds very quickly if they're performing. So yeah, I know a lot of people think I get excited when I, try to hype up on the thumbnails, but I'm not necessarily saying like it's gonna happen this week. These things take time, so just understand that. Appreciate it. Thanks, Clone Bear. Best stocks to buy right now. I mean, best stocks to buy right now. It just depends on your price range. Like people have like put me in this category of like I just buy options. It's not true. I own like $20,000 in stocks. I bought regular stocks. I got Roku. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna be bigger than Netflix maybe 2, 3 years down the road. Square, Overstock, I think is one of like the fourth in furniture. Behind like Wayfair, Amazon, and another one. Couple other companies. DraftKings, I think, is in an early stage, very early. You just gotta on DraftKings, you just gotta like $70 to $35 pullback. I mean, there's no guarantee their earnings are gonna be out of the park. It could go down to 30, it could go to 45. That's one that's been pulling back. Workhorse, you gotta think Workhorse really has no numbers, no revenue. It's more of like, if they land like a couple year deal with USPS, they're gonna be getting other people working with them. They got manufacturing in China to help them out. So there's a lot of good companies. It just depends on your price tag. So there's nothing wrong with buying $100 stocks. Who is writing Sharpie on a notepad for you? What does that mean? Just sold two and exercised two. Have 200 shares, and if they ever get that, oh, you talking about Neo, J Man? Is J Man talking about Neo? Dang, that's solid, bro. Did you exercise those at 22 or 20? How do I buy options? Um, Honestly, a lot of companies won't let you buy options until you got to qualify because they're trying to cover their butts. They don't want people with no experience trying to sue them. So a lot of these platforms, you got to enter a bunch of things about your income and stuff and how you're investing. Just make sure you enter them like you're smart investing to get the options. I think Robinhood's the easiest. I've messed with Webull. Webull is a lot of more technical side, for advanced traders. So Robinhood's probably the easiest. Yeah, Neo could dip soon. I mean, it's already dipped a couple of bucks, so it could dip a little more. You don't know. It's not a bad thing. It's you don't want stocks to not you just don't want stocks to go parabolic for 2 months straight. Nice. Finally, some green. Thank you. Thank you. What do you think Biden will do to stock market? Positive? Yeah, I'd say positive. I'd say positive. I don't think he's going to try and ruin the stock market. Um, I think people will just, get rid of some of the companies that, are leveraging away from what his plans are. And, he's going to announce some of his plans. And then that's where people are going to be putting their money and those stocks are going to be flying. As you can see, EV is flying, cannabis is flying, so we'll just see what their plans are. Like big company, like I work for Charter right now. I work for Charter Communications, and if you look up our company, I mean, I'm sure we didn't pay nothing in taxes. And if you look at our market cap, it's a like $100 billion company. Our stock price is like 600. Hey, I don't mind if we get taxed. If it's gonna help the economy out, I think they should tax them. I don't think Amazon should pay $0. I don't think uh, we should pay $0 or barely anything. He says for people over $400,000 salary cap. Do we know if that's true or not? You just don't know, but for sure, I think he should. We should get some money out of these bigger companies. That's all I'm saying. I'm not Republican, Democrat. Just saying that's not a bad idea. Who cares if these trillion-dollar, billion-dollar companies pay a little? I mean, they're not going to get hurt. There's only like 500 owners that are getting all the money anyway, so there's nothing wrong with that. On 240 shares in Neo, waiting for 1,000. 4 years from now, you just don't know. If they're delivering 20,000, 25,000 vehicles a month, add the revenue up on that. 50,000 is their average vehicle price. Do 20,000 times 50, 50,000 a month times 12, and look at the revenue. So you give it some time. If you're buying stocks on Neo, don't sell them. Just go forever. It can definitely take some time. 215 at 19, that's solid. That is solid. 700 shares in Neo. Is Baba a buy now? I don't mind buying expensive stocks in like the hundreds. I think it's a little too high. I wouldn't touch Baba. I wouldn't touch Baba. Xpeng, let's see. Yep, Xpeng. I would just pick one. I wouldn't pick both. If you're going Xpeng or Neo, they're both in China. Their vehicles are similar. I wouldn't pick both. I would just pick one. Yeah, Xpeng. You just don't know with Xpeng. It's very new. It did get pumped very fast. GMHI, I haven't done a lot of studying on that one. I'm not too big of a fan. Let's see. I'd pass on Dana. I don't think people are gonna flock to it. I don't think a lot of investors are gonna flock to it. They've been around for a long time. Which companies are going up Monday? Fred Berger, I cannot answer that. I have no idea. Apple Neo. Hey, Apple's been stagnant for a long time. I mean, if you would have bought it like 2 weeks ago at 104, you hold it, a couple years, you're gonna make your way up into the two, three, 400s. Okay, if you want to play it safe, that's the route you go. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of common sense. It takes patience. All right, you want to go aggressive, put it all on the line with options. I like doing that sometimes for fun, and sometimes when I really have some gut feelings. But guys, I'm telling you, I'm in both. I'm like literally like 70% stocks, 20%, 30% options. I don't mind buying three, four, five options, a year. You don't have to buy options daily, you know, playing earnings, playing weekly, buying 30-cent options, going all in. Just if you like a company, play an option on it long term, 3, 6, 9 months. Okay, that's just how I feel, and it always ends up working when the company's just getting started. They just start moving slowly. These big jumps happen. People start flocking. Numbers get better. Maybe the best way to like. I haven't done a lot of research on solar. I'm being honest with solar. Now that Biden's in, I'll probably do more research on solar. But I don't. I know a girl. I know a girl that worked for doing a solar, and like she was literally admitting to me like these people that are going for solar, doing the like 30-year uh, mortgage on it, they barely are breaking even after 30 years, like on the value. Like they just don't have it to where the costs are down yet to what people are paying for to get solar. It doesn't have enough power yet. The pricing is too high. So solar is it's still in the works. So it's not very good value. So that's why I haven't really looked at it. You called out Neo contracts a while back on the Patreon, made like 2,000. Hey, congrats. Cost average is 12 on the 600. Holy crap. You talking about Neo? We already talked about LCA a little. Freaking 6-month merger. That's all you got to really say. People don't even believe it's going to become, the real company that's profitable. That was like, one of the slowest, not even, I can't even say merge. It's just delay, delay, delay. In the money or at the money for Neo stock in case you want to exercise. I mean, right now you're starting to price is getting high. Like once it gets $50, I mean, if you're not playing a long, long call option where the stock goes to like 100, and then you can go back and decide. Like you don't want to exercise if a stock's like strike price at 50 and the stock's 60. You just want to make the profits. It's just when you're talking that earlier stages like $10, $20, that's when you exercise. If you get like a 300% jump in the short term, that's when you want to exercise. So if your stock price is like very tight, don't exercise, especially if your call option is a shorter call option. Yeah, if you're down 50% on Highland and you just got the stocks, you're still golden, man. If you just not worry about it, let them play a couple earnings, people are gonna go flock into it if they're killing it, and you never know. It just takes some time, to recover. It's a nasty recovery they had nothing to do with the company. The company was ran way better than Nikola. People were comparing it to Nikola, Kramer. Those are some big guys, on social media that can, scare people. They can scare people. A bunch of articles coming out. It's way better managed than Nikola and a lot of other SPAC companies. So just know, you know, who you're buying, like who's running the company. Just give them some time to make it work. Man, that's like the best question I've seen right there. Adrian, thoughts on earnings for Neo, up or down? Well, obviously we know it's they're not going to be profitable, but with these numbers they're hitting, I'm gonna say it's gonna come out positive as far as better than they expected. That's what I'm saying. I think it's gonna be positive. Not saying it's gonna jump the stock up another 20%. The earnings could come out and the stock could say +1, down 2. Sometimes earnings don't even affect the stock. Like when it got real nasty with elections, a lot of companies are having good earnings. They were all plummeting. So it's all about timing in the world too with earnings. But I think they're gonna have a very solid earnings. I don't unless some people want to, like I say, manipulate the market and make up some bullshit, saying Neo misses earnings by a mile, stock way overweight. That's going to be a bunch of BS. People trying to come in there and clean up and get some $30 stock. That's the type of BS that happens. 50 years ago, none of this shit was happening on Twitter. There was no Twitter, Instagram, instant access to like people making fake articles. That's why the stock market was way more different from now it is. Now it moves like crazy because these people build up these massive followings and they can say whatever the hell they want. It's just you just don't know. But I think they're gonna have a nice earnings. I don't think the stock goes down 5. I don't think it goes up 20. I think it's just gonna be it's just gonna be a normal day. I don't think it's gonna go. I don't know. I really don't know. Good earnings. It could jump a little. I don't know. So I'm not worried about it. 2, 3, 4 days later, people are gonna come in, clean it up. Stock will be at the same price or much higher. So earnings, it's a tough call. It's a tough call, but I think it's gonna be good. Neo call options. Uh, buy as far as you can for as affordable you can. So affordability and as far you can get go. Just match it up, okay? That's the best way to think about it. Go as far as you can. I need Neo cheap call options. Trust me, that's the same thing I have to deal with in my Patreon, okay? I don't like people going over $600. That's my everyone knows that's like my limit on options. 600 That's like I know, and like a lot of people have. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people have some pretty damn good money in my Patreon, and I can't be putting out some dumb shit saying buy these 90-cent call options that are a week from now. I just can't do that. It's too damn risky. A bad article breaks out, bad week, something with COVID, boom, everybody's money's gone. So have to get them out. I have to get these calls out as far as I can for people for as is affordable. And it's tough because it moves weekly. So I'm trying every week and I do a refresh on these companies. So that's what I do on my page. And I refresh all the companies. Some people got weak, like a lot for IPOB. A lot of people jumped on. I had a lot of people join the Patreon. A lot of people got way better calls than me. Yeah, I was down because the stock moved uh, $5, $6 down. People are like freaking out. I'm like, trust me, this is way oversold. The market cap on IPOB was like $500 million. Guys, they got this SPAC valued at like 4.5 billion on the merger. I mean, it's insane how undervalued it was when that thing was like $16. So I'm telling you, that sell off last week with the elections, that was BS. That had nothing to do with the company. So a lot of people got better options than me right now. I like that. I want people to have better. I want people to have better price ranges than me. It makes me feel better. Because people are, making more money than me. I don't care. That's a positive for me. I want people to make as much money as fast as possible with as low as money investing. Fisker, man. Yeah, Fisker. If you guys watch my YouTube, I mean, I've never talked about SPAC for some reason. There's just something about it. Like it never really got me excited. I don't know what it was. I think what was throwing me off was the recycled fishing net sea materials they were putting in the car. That stuff was just not attracting me. Like I don't think you need an EV car that has an EV engine, electric, on top of having recycled materials. I just think it's a little too far fetched. So Fisker, the thing jumped up to 15 and went down. I just don't know. It's just there's so many EV companies. We're talking 40 plus that are merging, or 30 plus. Um, can you talk about Hyliion, please, bro? I mean, it's more of just waiting it out. We know everything there is to know about Hyliion. You just got to wait for some earnings to come out for their stock to start moving again. People get excited, They just got sold off big. I'd say Neo all day. Sell your Fisker stocks and buy Palantir. Hey, they're both around the same price range. I like Palantir a little bit. It's not a bad idea. Hold Hyliion a couple years. You guys know, man, type of investing a lot of people have right now. A lot of people are impatient. I mean, a year to people sounds like 30 years. It's just a lot of people don't want that money. Like when you see people making crazy money on call options, you want to hop on options. You don't want to just buy stocks and hold them if they're not moving. You want to just take your money out after waiting a couple months and buy some options. So my best advice is just to do both and don't go all on options. Know your price range. If you got 10 grand, if you got $10,000, okay, this is what I would recommend. $10,000, I would buy $7,000 in 7 stocks, okay? $7,000 goes in 7 stocks. Your additional $3,000 goes in 3 companies' call options, okay? So you got diversification. Let's say 2 of the call options are just a horrific fail, okay? 1,000 and 1,000. But your $1,000 call option is a 400% play. You clean up your 2 call options and you make a profit, and your 7 grand in stocks are just, moving up, slowly gaining gains. And then once those call options end, you're up a little bit and you redo it. You could go up to like 4 grand and play 2 companies or 4 companies. That's what I would say. And I guess when I started in my early days, I guess people didn't understand. I don't go all in on call options, but 2 grand in call options, you can do some damage if you pick the right option. I'm telling you. You want to play it as long as humanly possible. Okay, 2 grand can do some ridiculous. Like if Neo jumps, like you gotta think, I played a lot more money on Hyliion, and I knew that was coming. That's why I bought the Hyliion. I knew it was coming, so I put like 6 grand in. I was buying around 25, the option, and then boom, it went to 50. Okay, but for Neo, 2 grand, if that thing goes to like $50, I'm gonna be up 20,000, 25 grand if it goes up another 9 8 9 bucks. So 2 grand to 20 grand. If you pick the call option, it's possible. It happens. I don't see a lot of people doing it on YouTube. I don't see a lot of people showing their gains. I don't see a lot of people uh literally showing everything of what's happening when it goes up and down. I don't see a lot of people doing that. And I'm one of the YouTubers that do that. And you know, I got a lot more people to get in on me with Neo at the exact same time. I bought Highland. I was just showing a lot of people how options work, and people were buying way, way too late because I was hyping it up. But Neo, man, some people like Neo had a pullback. People are in on Neo cheaper than me. I'm happy for them. I had people sending me way more profits than me. I'm happy for them. I said, hey, man, listen, you're gonna I was like, I told you, like a guy I was talking to, I said, hey, I told you to buy these, you listen to me. um you're gonna sell 25% of your options right now. And he's like, bet, man. And he sold it up. He sold 20% of his options. So it's, I know it's tough to sell on big gains because you think, but you just need to chip away at it, and pick a price target and then hop out. It's, options is tough. It's just pick the right call option, like a Zoom or a uh you know Shopify, where it just goes parabolic. That's when you hit the home run on an option, and you can make a killing off of just $1,000 $2,000. It's not crazy money. For some it is, but do you think they're okay? Neo already's had massive share dilution. They have to do that to keep the money flowing to grow massively. I think right now they got 1 billion outstanding shares, and that's what they're going to need for this thing to start moving, to get more money in, to eventually get into a new factory. So the share dilution right now, they could add more. I just don't. I think the rate people are buying it so fast, you're not gonna really see a crazy like 50% drop in the stock price. I don't think that's gonna happen. But they need, more shares, more money to keep growing. I think Tesla has like 700 million shares outstanding. So it's not bad. Dilution, you need it to grow. So what's the best way to invest $2,000 right now? Uh, Maybe 1,500 on stocks and then 500 on options, I would say. What's up, Paul? It's cheap as fuck. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad idea. I mean, getting in on a company, $10, $11. Like, guys, I know I bought some SPAC stocks and some brand new companies that just merged around 11 $12, 10 11 12, and yeah, they dropped to $8 $9. I'm not worried about it. You got to wait on those ones. You're still in early. You don't want to freak out. I know the gains drop quick, but like I got Desktop Metal, I might have to wait a while. Who cares? Green Power, I might have to wait a while. BurgerFi, I might have to wait a while. I got like 2 other ones. It takes time. You gotta let them produce numbers, get sales, marketing, and then before you know it, the stock becomes 20, $30. It's just, you're still in early as humanly possible. So just think about what the companies are doing. Let's see. What price did I pay for the Neo January calls? 320, I believe. 340. Yeah, 320, I believe. You gotta sell your options for Neo instead of letting them ride like you did Hyliion. Um, I've already let them ride a while, but I just don't think that they're there yet. I feel like they got some good things happening right now, early stage. You don't have to worry about a merger. You don't have to worry about elections. COVID's already been announced, so it's a lot different situation. And I like the little $2 $3 pullback Neo had. I say better news comes out in November on their production. I feel like their production goes up. I think earnings are solid. Yeah, I think IPOB is undervalued. Um, the merger is, we don't even know when the merger is going to happen, and they're knocking out like real estate agents like crazy. They're making the process a lot faster. Um, their offerings, from what I'm seeing, are very good. People are very happy on their pricing. The process is a lot faster. I just think they slowly take over, especially next year. I feel like they're going to be doing even better than 2019 or 20. Lee Auto. Um, I haven't looked into Lee Auto that much. I would just pick one or the other once again. Can I place 2 grand on a Neo call option? Yeah, you can do that. Of course. I don't know what the prices are right now because I haven't looked at them. With stimulus money, I'm gonna do that. I'm buying call options with my stimulus money. Damn right. I'm going all in on that. What are your thoughts on accumulating more SBE, RIDE, IPOB at these levels? Been sitting to the side with reserve cash. SBE, RIDE, IPOB. Yeah, I'd say all of them. If you're just buying stocks, I would buy all of those stocks. And if you got a 3-year mindset, you got nothing to worry about. Neo, I bought January 22s. Don't even look at them because they're freaking insane. I think they're $20 now, so I wouldn't even look at those. Those things are ridiculously priced now. You got 100, 1,000 sell covered calls, $5, $6 out of my. It's not a bad idea. It's just covered calls. I don't really go over it because it's a lot more expensive, and we got a lot of people budgeting, and I know it's safer, but um, found your channel too late. Hey man, I'm surprised you even found my channel because YouTube has screwed me hard. They don't even show my YouTube videos to nobody. That's how social media is. If you're not making them money, they don't give a shit about you. So I just got to figure out what I'm going to be doing. Personal questions, but what percentage you up just this year? Right now on like 15, 20,000 in stocks. I think those stocks are up 45%. And, that's been in a horrific market. So just stocks alone, I'm up almost 40%, which average return per year is 5%. And I'm just getting into the green. Like this market's just starting, so I have no question I'll be up over 100% in the next like couple months. Options, I played a couple options. I did some options on Carnival. I did some puts on Carnival. I made a lot off those. With the options, I probably made over 20,000 on options. I haven't played that many. So that's a high percentage, like more like 500%. So that's the thing about options. You're gonna be talking a couple 100%. When your normal stocks, be happy if you're up 15% on those because they don't jump that fast. So anything over 15% on stocks is not bad, especially when like you're buying everything is not penny stocks. Can you talk about Persian Square tonight, 20, please? Yeah, somebody else was talking about Persian Square. I'll have to look into it more. Is Neo coming down, or should I buy it right now with the current price? I think you're fine buying the normal stocks. So if you buy it at 40 and it drops to 30, you just buy at 30 and then you're in at 35 and you just play it long term. So there's nothing wrong getting in. It already proved it can go up to like nearly, $44. What do you think? 2020 options for Norwegian Cruise Line. I have no idea. I have not looked, but for cruise lines, I'm sure they're cheap as hell. I'd probably just go with like 2000. Oh yeah, 2022. Yeah, wait, 2022. Yeah, I would go with 2022. That's smart for cruises and because of you. I'm up 400% and bought DraftKings on. Damn, man. Screenshot that to me and send that to me. Damn, this dude's up 50% on DraftKings. Solid. SB options. I haven't really looked at them just because I don't see a lot of people flocking to them yet. Yep. Opez. Hey, Opez and LCA, man, those things went crazy. They went to like 18, 19. Hey, I got in at $11 on both. So for just stocks, I'm cool with that. So I'm cool with that. Do you trade full time or work too? I work. I do. I trade and work. My plan was to quit work to do YouTube, but that plan went horribly south, horribly wrong, very fast. So did I get my 5 grand back? Nope. Google never wrote me. Thanks, okay. I'm gonna watch this. Have you guys seen Chipotle stocks? How the hell is this worth 1,100? That is funny. Hey man, sit down tonight if you like a restaurant chain, check out BurgerFi, and then check out a competitor on a different side of the nation is Shake Shack. Compare the two. I'm telling you, Shake Shack is like they were up around $100 like a couple years ago, and they still hover around $67, 60, $70. So Opez, I mean, I think they can match their revenue in like 2 years or so. You just don't know. Um, I like it. So they're in Florida. I like it. Appreciate it. Hey, no problem, man. Uh, Options, man, they're fun. It's just Jesus Christ. Fucking 2 months ago, 3 months ago, it couldn't have been a more horrific time for companies merging. I mean, we're talking horrible market for 2 months, and when we get monetized again, I don't think ever on this channel. I'll have to start. I'm gonna have to start a new channel, and I'm gonna have to probably write the guy that hacked him. But hey, man, I know you're overseas and you're trying to make money. You know, stealing my content. You know, I know things are hard. I'm sorry if I got your channel banned for. You know, I might have to just apologize to that guy for stealing my content because you know he could easily do it again. And you know, I understand people are out there trying to make money. It's just I didn't feel right about him stealing my stuff, you know, all of my videos. So that's why I got his channel messed up and he wrecked my channel. Who's the better Juicy Jack, Lil Connor, Big Money Kyle, Big Mo, Paul Pig? What's up, YouTube Chris? I mean, I was on the verge. I tell you, this channel, the route I was going. Oh my God! If the dude wouldn't have messed up my channel, I mean, I would have been talking about another 20 companies for people to. I think my channel was going to number one, and starting from zero again, man, it's gonna suck. But shit, who cares? I might have to. Rocket going up next week. I like Rocket a lot. Yeah, man, tell me about it. Horrific timing. Yeah, DraftKings is expensive for the pricing. That's the options are expensive. They it looks like they people believe in that coming. That's why they got it priced so high. Next week, your opinion next week looking green or red? Green. I think green. Have a look. You still haven't highly shareable features. You think? Just give them some time. Hyliion, you know, they could definitely take over down the road with what they're doing. There's not a lot of competitors in the trucking field. They're like literally number one, and people don't realize that yet. I think I'd be up to 15,000 subs. That thing happened like 7 weeks ago. Shit. Just started over, no problem. Why did he have to? Why did the stock mo have to start over? Same shit. Man, bro, YouTube, you're a freaking billion-dollar company. Just put some spam malware bot protection on automatically for people, man. Just help people out. What is so hard about that? Dang, man. Yeah, man. I'm hoping, man. I wouldn't mind doing YouTube again. It's fun, you know, sitting down, pre-planning for a couple hours, making a cool video for people. Palantir after next earnings after week, a call option for more than 20. Um, I have to look, man. There's not a lot of options on Palantir. Yeah, you're probably right. I think I should restart the channel. It's just scary, man. As soon as I get monetized and the guy wrecks that channel, anyone can do it. If you guys go back and look, this has been happening for 20 years. There's been thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people. What they do is they just take out competitors with, bots. So cannabis stocks, they're just lower revenue. I haven't hopped in on yet on the weed yet. Dang, I'll have to look at them, see what happened. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, thanks, man. Shout out Hawaii. That's cool. All right, I'll stay on here for like 5 more minutes, guys. Appreciate you coming to the channel. Can't you alert YouTube that might happen so they know? It's not even really alerting YouTube. It's more of alerting like Google. Yeah, DraftKings and SB. I like them both. Rocket. I think Rocket. Uh, Rocket. I just think now that after elections are rolling, like, cause I'm looking for some properties right now. So like I see where I check the inventory and stuff. You got to think the more inventory, the more mortgages that are gonna be happening, and I do see the inventory creeping up slowly. And I think there's gonna be a big flock, next year when all this nonsense elections is over. I still think even with the COVID, mortgages are gonna be at all time high. I think Rocket is gonna be worth a lot more than $20. If you could buy an option on them, I would buy it like literally the end of 2021. That's what I would do. I had to look at those two. I'm not too sure. Okay, Wolf on Wee Street. I heard LCA merger is going to happen in like a week or two, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be true. Um, yeah, man. If you're at 400%, I mean, I can't really put people in a better. I can't put people in a better position than 400, 600%. I mean, it stuff doesn't happen that easily, man. If you feel comfortable with the profits, secure the bag and just take the profits. Yeah, no more doctor visits. Starting to be able to eat more. It's awesome. It's crazy how I had acid at 25 years old. That's insane how something went wrong with my body at my age, like 25. It's crazy. He just said my muscle would not shut the food down, and it just kept coming up. He thinks it was because I was like working out over the years and just eating too fast and stuff like that. But I'm good now. It's getting a lot better. I'm a super small channel. I could use the support. It is scary that you do hours of work to get it taken away, but the interaction with the community is fine. Exactly. I mean, it sucks, man. Imagine 5 grand just taken from you. I like money. 5 grand that I work for. No one paid me. That was Google. I got the companies their advertisement. I got them advertising on a good channel, and I don't get anything. And that's how Google operates. They don't care that it was a scam. Had nothing to do with me. I got scammed. They don't care. What's the Rocket stock? That is Rocket Mortgage, $21. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Is it merging? Miguel, I think it's merging. I swear to God, I think it's merging in like a week or two. I promise. You think the SPAC era is done? I think the SPAC era was still good. It's just horrific timing. I mean, in the beginning it was good, and then I mean, no comment on CNN. I mean, you got to think CNN has a following of 100 million people. They were tearing it up, as far as ripping people down, uh, Because you got to think they're battling Trump. They were tearing up the stocks. Stock market crashing, crash, crash. They were tearing it up for 4 months. So obviously, CNN is a Democrat channel. They're competing against Trump. They did a really good job, and SPACs were in at the worst time, so they tore it up. Let's be real. There was not the best articles coming out while the SPACs were merging. End of November. It's like 3 weeks. Yeah, I heard like two. You had a ballast, right? I had an acid reflex. Food wouldn't stay down. I just had acid really bad for my age. I've looked at those calls, the December 21 $30 calls. I know the open interest on those are absolutely insane. 365, I'm probably gonna hop in pretty soon. I know those are high interest right now. Wait, so they couldn't. No, it's not that they've concluded that they aren't going to do anything. They haven't answered. I think someone probably looked at my thing and just forgot to reply to it and give me an answer. That's what I really think. I think they saw my message and just someone forgot or didn't do it. And Google, top 3 massive company in the world, you can't touch them. They're not. They make their own rules. Hate Google, honestly. Just proves how much they don't care about anyone. CNN fake news. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. We got 100 people watching. It's not bad. CNN, Joe Biden is the president. CNN is gonna have some very nice articles coming out on the stock market. Very nice articles. That is a positive. So be excited. CNN will be tweeting very kindly when Biden goes to office. Obviously, it could still be nasty because Trump's going to be still be in office, but just know there's going to be some very nice articles on CNN. I'm very excited. I want them to say amazing things about the stock market with Biden flying every day. Biden's doing an amazing job. Like I said, don't hold a grudge if you like one other party. Just go where the money's at. Follow the path. Biden won't be president. Okay, I know where you're going with that, but they're going to be backing up whoever the president is. Why you piggybacking off Chicago Rocket? It's a good one. December. You got to think. We're talking freaking 13 months. Inventory's going to be flying. Any option on Tattoo Chef earnings Monday? The thing about Tattoo Chef, I couldn't really read the volumes on the options because when the mergers happen, it throws it all off. It's not updated. I'll have to look, but it's very tough to read what options people are buying, and you got to make sure you're in one that sells, can sell and has a lot of volume and is being traded. I know, man. I don't really know who to contact. I don't know. I don't want to get in any lawyers over 5 grand. I don't want to start. I have a lot of good stuff going for me right now. I have a lot of different streams of income, options, my job, regular stocks, Patreon. That's all. It's all about diversification. And if YouTube on this channel screwed me, I'm just gonna have to move on. So I don't want to get caught up in it. Multiplan, oh man, that thing makes crazy jumps, and you just gotta wait till their freaking like earnings come out and they see what they're doing. It ain't gonna move until that happens. That's funny. Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris. Harris. It's not official. Trump will win. The market will go down. He is a whole communist. You sound crazy. I guess, man. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Lawsuits. I don't know. Did you ever get a phone number for them? Yeah, I haven't. They sent me on a wild goose hunt when I called. So 2021. I think it's gonna do well. I think it's gonna bounce back. I think 30's coming very quickly. Um, Especially after the election's over, they get an earnings report. I don't think it's going anywhere. Give us a straight dragster stock. Ha! I already did. Freaking Neo. Broke. I had someone write me like that 700% gain. He put in like 5 grand on call options. I put in two. This guy was up like 40 G's. I'm like, are you gonna sell that? Jesus, could put a down payment on the house. Pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. No, this the merch is still up. It's still up. It ain't going nowhere. Watching out for riot. Hey, if there's riots, I'm gonna be in my house. I don't want to take part in that. You know, people getting hurt. People getting out of control. I don't mind a nice, clean, quiet riot, but the way people are rioting nowadays, I don't think it's necessary. Um, you know, Shootings, fires, stealing. I don't think that's a good thing. Oh man, the workhorse earnings. I think honestly, uh, there's gonna be a lot of articles bashing workhorse on the earnings because there's not a lot going for it. It might drop pretty low. Like stock could drop to like 14 bucks. I feel like people will buy it, rebuy it. It's just nobody thought that contract was gonna be that far out, but I think it goes to like 50 bucks next year or something like that. After they get the contract, I hope they get like 100% of it and just because 6 billion in revenue. I mean, that's not that much compared to what some of these other companies are doing. They need other companies to flock to them too. So with Neo Rocket Fuel, I haven't done an update on Neo options yet. Yeah, I'm probably gonna. It's the way it's looking. I gave Google 7 weeks, nothing. So at this point, I have to move on. Like you know, I just have to move on. Honestly, Workhorse is the earnings aren't going to be that good. I mean, I know they made a couple hundred vehicles or something like that, but it ain't going to be. Yeah, Workhorse 13. There's not earnings. It's more of a far fetched pipe dream deal. The thing got milked all the way up to like 30 bucks off of like nothing. People were like acting like the contract was one. I bought it at like $15. If it drops to like 11, I mean, think I'm gonna be down a couple $100. Might buy a little more, get an average of 13, hold long term, wait to go to 40, 200% gain. Just how it works. So if you're gonna buy options on Workhorse, try to go for like February, April, May. We're not doing anything short term. There's no Neo pullbacks, bro. I own 700 shares. Trust me. If there is a pullback, I like myself will buy more. It's a good ROI. I think the lowest Neo hits. I'm telling you, this is my. I think the lowest Neo hits is $34. In a month from now, 30s will not. You won't see 30s again. I'm telling you. This thing gaps its way up to like 48. 30s are history. That's just how it works with stumping companies in these early stages. So I'm praying. I hope we move to 45, 46. I don't want to see 30s again, okay? I don't want to see 35, 34. I want it to just hurry up and run hard. And then when we're at 50 and it pulls back to 43, you know what I'm saying? I want the 30s to vanish. So, yep, new channel. It's looking like it. I'm being honest. It's really looking like it. Thanks. That's why I'm going to sell my worker shares and buy Neo. Yeah, November. That thing is just reminding me. It's not a merger, but LCA is like the same thing. It's delays, and that I know they're delaying stuff because of elections, COVID. They want to make sure they merge and do contracts at the right time where people are more calm and they can get more money invested. That's what's happening. I do a watch list on the Patreon, because the YouTube I don't make any money. I have the Patreon. I swore to people I was not gonna raise the price, and I've had it for 3, 4 months. I'm not raising the price. I think it's a good value for 20 bucks. I'm not dropping it to 10. I'm not upping it to 30. I think $20 is fine, and I've just kept it at 20. I'm not gonna change it. 500 more people join or 300 people less join, I'm not changing the price. So that's just what it is right now. It just more depends on like what kind of numbers they're doing. If their numbers are looking real nice and they're on track of what they expected, because you got to think every month they're doing better and better. I don't think this stock is worth like low 20s or low 30s. I think it's they got like three big companies on it, three different companies on it pricing away. I think it was like 47, 40, and 35. So we're right around where we should be at right now. So like I said, 35. It's a possibility. January 15th, 45 striker 50. Definitely, I wouldn't go with the 50. That's a little too high. Um, I would try and go for the February if you can afford it. Maybe like a February under under 45. I would say. I know it's probably expensive. Hey, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling fine. I don't really buy puts. The only company I really bought puts on was like a Carnival because I was doing puts at like 40 bucks. Find no guarantee, like, because I don't really like buying in on a great company because of like uh surrounded news and stuff like that that just can switch in an instant. But if I know for a fact, like a Luckin Coffee, if that's something like that happens again, yeah, I'll buy a put on that. But yeah, I'm not too a big fan on puts because puts are more of like a short term thing. Just a lot of bears got lucky because of a whole month sell off, and then they got burned because they didn't know that all that green was gonna happen. So the LCA, ah, if LCA does some, if LCA does some hype, go over the company, the CEO talks about the company. Um, I think it could be good. They have good numbers from what they put out, but it's just a delayed merger. Let's see. Tell me if I'm wrong. All Chinese stocks will shoot up because of Biden. I think more of like if Trump was in office, people were more concerned about like Trump separating himself from China companies. But like I didn't see that happening with Trump or Biden just because of like companies like like Alibaba, is over here, China's over there. Just don't see them cutting off the stocks like that. I don't think I don't think it could happen. There's just too much money flowing in. Regardless if Trump didn't like China and Biden likes EV companies, we'll send them over here. Regardless, I didn't think the China is going to be separated from the U.S. They make money off of us, we make money off of them. I think the stocks, stay where they're at. They don't vanish or anything like that. I don't want to hold my January calls that long. I don't know that whole Neo Day. I don't know what the hell's going on with Neo Day, so probably won't hold that long. I'll have to take a look into that stock DMYT. Doppelganger. IPOB is good. Yeah, open door is good. Go long or just buy the normal stock. All right, I'm gonna get off. I'll holler at you guys. All right, I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna work on what's going on with YouTube, but I'll get back with you guys. All right, appreciate if you stayed to the live. Later.